Ken,
What about it?
we're live.
No.
Yeah, man, I did it.
Finally?
Yep.
We're late, and today we're late because of Jeff.
What?
Jeff, what's going on today?
Today is Friday, July 25th. It's 11:11. Make a wish.
All right.
Everybody do it inside your head. Don't say it out loud. Everybody done?
Done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And today we have with us Reba Meyers. Welcome, Reba.
Yo.
Yes.
And of course, we have Torri with us.
Hi.
Hi, Torri.
Yeah.
And as always, Ken.
And as always, Ken. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And
Love Ken.
this guy can go. Yeah.
Known you a
Really
long
tough.
time, man.
No, this is I don't even know where to begin. I'm so happy to have you here. It's so I've show and tell to do with you today. You know what I have tucked away in the Reverend archives that you should see?
Do tell.
I have the prototype of Shade's guitar with the Code Orange logo on the headstock instead of the Circle R.
Oh, that's cool.
There are two of those.
Yeah.
And when we sent it to him, he's so cool that he was like, I really like the guitar. I like everything about the guitar and the way it is, but I think it would be better if it had your logo on the headstock instead of ours. And I was like, oh,
That's pretty badass.
isn't that badass?
You know, that photo shoot you guys did is really cool.
Yeah.
It's one of the best.
We did those up in Michigan with a real photographer.
It was a
That
good
was
vibe.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I think we did Shade and Kyle Shutt at the same time. I think we were all there together.
That's rad.
Very strange. But I might have a picture of the three of us. Isn't that cool?
That is super cool.
So I'll start at the beginning because we've known each other for a long time. I don't know if you remember, but I met you at the Guitar Center in Toledo
Oh, I remember.
when you were taking off for your first tour.
I remember vividly, actually.
Do you really?
Totally.
Oh, so
You
what's
were
it
with
look like?
someone, right?
What's it
you
look like
and
from your
Joe.
side?
Was it you and Joe? I feel like someone else was with you, but
I don't remember. That I don't remember.
I just remember the moment.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was young, so any company kind of like coming in and like caring was memorable.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
cool.
That's what I was thinking on my drive here. It's like, like these guys have been at it for a minute in terms of like paying attention to all that stuff.
Well, I grew up playing in indie bands, and Naylor grew up listening to indie bands. And so when this thing started to go, I had already seen so many people evolve from touring in vans and sleeping on floors and turning it and working hard and turning it into a career. Talking to somebody once they've already turned it into a career is, I mean, they're already there, right?
Yeah.
But being able to help somebody when they're scrapping always sort of meant something to us. And we've, and not everybody that we've worked with that we've started working with at that phase of their career is turning into a career like you all have.
Yeah.
But some have, and it's amazing, and it's
Totally.
cool. And we've made a lot of lifelong friends, in this business for sure. No
Yeah.
doubt about it. So what year was that?
Dude, I'm really bad at years.
Me
but,
too. Real bad.
I mean, we started touring right after high school, so it was like, that was like 2011.
Yeah.
So it might have been like 2013 or something like that.
I'd have guessed around there
Yeah.
somewhere.
I really don't know for sure, but I definitely remember.
And we sold Eric, we sold Shade. We gave him like an artist deal on a guitar that I delivered to him there.
Yeah, he was hyped.
And then from there, of course, that just went on. And then you guys, and then I can't even, I was trying to think of how many Code Orange shows that I've been to at different places. And some of them were super memorable, but we used to have a sales manager here, Zach. I don't know if you remember Zach. He says hi.
Oh, I totally do.
And he left us last year to pursue his own thing. He's doing really well. And he says hello to you, and we're all still friends and all that stuff. He's a good guy.
Totally.
But I remember Zach and I seeing Code Orange at the Shelter in Detroit. And Zach standing next to me in front of you, the stage with the pole. So irritating. And
yeah.
but we were on your side of the stage, and you guys started up, and the pit started so fast, and Zach standing right behind me got hit so hard that I turned around to see what happened, and his shoes were there, and he was gone. That is a true story. It was so hilarious. And that was when Shade was starting to mess around with the analog synth stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking too much, I guess. But
You always do.
I know, I always do, right? Yeah, I know.
I like the excitement.
But it was so cool and novel. Torri, we've never talked about this. So Shade made a synth out of like 4 cassette mini studios.
Huh.
And he would track on each cassette a tone.
Mm-hmm.
And then he modified the cassettes to just loop in the what were those? Who made those things? Like, I don't even remember who made those goofy little. Everybody,
Tape decks?
yeah, everybody had one of those.
I mean, probably Tascam.
Little home recording Tascam things.
Yeah.
But he looped the cassettes, and the cassettes had 4 different tones on them for the 4 different tracks, and then he tied it all together, and he would play it by moving the faders
Oh,
up and down.
that fucking
was-
rocks.
It was unreal. It was
Super cool.
like you right out of the gate, your band did some crazy creative shit.
Thanks.
And Rock on the Range, like it was so fun watching you guys get huge. It was really really cool.
Yeah.
And go from supporting at small clubs to headlining small clubs to supporting in huge venues to headlining in huge venues. It's been really fun to be around you all the whole time.
Thank you. Yeah, it's weird from getting to look at it now. Finally,
Yeah,
at the time it was just like nonstop,
I bet.
but now I can kind of see like us as kids, like actually children, and then where it went. It's kind of wild. That's not a normal story.
Yeah.
For most bands or anyone in general. So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I'm
glad you saw that all go down.
Well, you could see the creative energy in your band. I mean, it was just so different than everything that was going on around you, And that doesn't mean that it was. We touched on this briefly when you walked in. People think that all of us are constantly in competition with one another, and you guys, you weren't in competition with the other people in your scene. You were just different than them, and that doesn't mean that you were better than anybody or worse than anybody. Because when you're immersed in this, you don't think like that. I don't feel that way about the guitar industry. And so when I posted that you were going to be here today, and people were asking me like, "Oh, did you steal her from ESP?" Like, my job isn't to steal artists from
Also,
other people.
nobody owns me, to be clear.
That I said that online yesterday.
That's why I'm like, I try to make sure to naturally talk with the people and the people that I like. Firstly, not companies, people.
Yeah.
I like the people first, and like the energy and the community of the brand, and ESP. I'm an ESP artist, like, obviously, but I've also been playing Reverend my whole career too.
Yeah.
It's like, who says I can't?
Right.
Ain't nobody paying me enough money to fucking to pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it. And as an artist, why wouldn't you use the tools that you have in front of you to create the thing that you want to create at any time?
absolutely.
Crazy Greg Koch, right? I mean, just like crazy shredder blues guitar guy, and we do the signature guitars with him. He has all these vintage guitars. Like, he has a 53 Telly thing, and he uses it in videos online, and people will message me like, "Are you losing Greg to Fender?" I'm like, the dude owns a 53 Telly. Like, he is going to play it.
Yeah.
If I owned a 53 Telly, I would want to play it, right?
Exactly.
And I play my Ibanez stuff, and everybody knows I collect Ibanez stuff, and I own Reverend guitars, and I collect Ibanez stuff. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, guitar people just like guitars.
People like to have identities, and I think it makes more sense for people sometimes to have the identity of one thing because it's less confusing. But then as soon as people become like multifaceted, or things become not black and white, people get really confused in general in life. So
They do.
Quite odd, but that's
Yeah,
just how
no.
it is.
Truer words have never been spoken. So we have Torri has questions for you. We have artist questions, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the story.
Yeah.
You.
So basically, Ken came to me yesterday and was like, so we used to do this thing called 12 questions, Reverend 12 questions. And it was like a thing that they would do like as like a blog, or like it would go out in like an email and stuff like that. So I wrote down all those questions to do on the live show versus just like through email.
Yeah.
So bear with me. But what is like give me like your brief history, like your playing career.
Started playing guitar and bass around the same time, maybe when I was like 10. I don't even know, to be honest.
Okay.
People, you think I would know the answer to that, but something like that. But I played classical flute as well.
I also was a flute player.
Hell yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Loved it, honestly. Like,
Great.
wanted to continue, but I had too much going on. But as soon as the band started in high school, I met some of them in middle school, and we started in high school, and we were all like friends, you know.
Mhm.
So the band started touring right after high school, and first I was playing bass for a while, and then I switched to guitar, but I played both a lot in general.
Nice.
And yeah, we just toured forever, and I toured with another band called Adventures. I had some weird folk punk band when I was a kid. Just it's one of those groups where you just like start a bunch of bands, you know.
Yeah.
But one of those bands happened to continue until I was now, you know.
Hell yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's just like going from playing basements and like an occasional birthday party of some random kid in the suburbs that begged you to do it, you know, to like, you know, playing like to 1,000 people like at a headline show, you know.
Yeah, full room.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I've always just loved playing music and playing all kinds of different instruments and writing songs with people, writing songs by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And Code Orange just been chilling for a bit lately. So I've you know, been playing guitar with Manson, and I've been writing soul music. And yeah, so that's really the main thing right now is the solo journey and finding myself with that.
Nice.
And booked myself a tour, which is just insanity. I don't know why I did that, but here I am, and I'm very excited. But you know, you gotta push yourself, and I'm at that point where it's like I turned that age. I'm like, okay, I gotta push myself forward a little bit and force myself to get out of
Like out
my
of
own
the
head.
comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you're a kid, you don't really like think like that. You kind of just like, for me, I got just sucked into things that I loved, but I didn't exactly like choose myself all the time. So.
Yeah, like prioritize like maybe like certain opportunities or something like that.
Or something in the back of your head, you know, you need to do, but you just didn't yet.
Just,
You know, so
kind of neglected it.
yeah,
I guess
that's the gist.
Yeah. What inspired you to start playing music? Like what made you want to pick up a bass or a guitar?
Really, I don't know. Like I feel like the reason I grabbed the guitar was because it wasn't mine. I had a habit of borrowing my sister's things, and then they would disappear. But
keepers?
Yeah, she had got a guitar. You know, I had been playing flute, and I loved playing flute, but she got a guitar for like, you know, some holiday, and it was like a purple sparkly. Was it called a Johnson? It was like a Walmart guitar, but not from Walmart, but from somewhere. You know, I have no idea, to be honest. But she just didn't play it a lot, but she did like help me learn like one riff.
Oh, nice.
And then I just kept playing it, and I don't know, I was just fascinated. It was really just about like melody. Like I really liked melody in music. I didn't love learning other people's songs. And I don't have a memory of seeing anybody and being like, oh, wow, I want to do that.
Totally.
I do not have that memory. I don't think that ever occurred. but I loved playing music, and I did like listening to music and finding and discovering music.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just kept on playing, and eventually got an acoustic guitar, and I spent a lot of time on that,
Nice.
like just sitting around at the morning hours bothering my parents. But
No, that rocks.
Yeah.
Just doing it just because music's fun. And yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I feel like you don't hear that a lot. I feel like a lot of times it's like, oh, I heard this band and I wanted to emulate that. Or like I saw this person live and I was like, I want to do that. But just like simply picking up an instrument just for like the love of like the music itself and like wanting to pursue that is really, really fucking cool, honestly.
yeah, I don't know why it was like, I think also because like when I talk to people a little older than me, like MTV was a huge part of their awakening to that, like live music.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't have that growing up. I didn't have that. It was gone.
Right.
So the music I heard was mostly recorded. You know, I didn't really watch videos a lot until later. So I didn't really like know anything about being in a band. Like I didn't really know shit about that.
Yeah.
But when I met Jamie, he did, because it was like his parents knew about it, and it was more in his world. And so when I met him, it was like, I love music, and he knew about live music. So he kind of exposed me to that. And once I started going to shows, I loved that.
Nice.
And then I was sucked into being into the band. So
Fuck
yeah.
Well, my next question was going to be like, what was your first guitar? But it sounds like it was that Purple Johnson followed by the acoustic, right?
Again, similar. A no brand. It's like a silver tone. I don't know, but
Nice.
some kid freaking cracked the neck, and like it was at my friend's house, and like I went over and the neck was cracked, and I was like, who did it? And no one would admit it.
No.
But I knew who did it, but he placed it back like so nice. It really fucking pissed me off.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I loved that guitar. I was so bummed.
Yeah, that's devastating. Like you're like that was like yours. Yeah.
Yep. I don't have either of those guitars. I think one of them got kind of borrowed and never returned.
Rocked.
And then the other one broke, but hey, whatever. I got enough shit.
It's always nice to hold on to that. I don't think I have my first bass anymore though.
Yeah.
It was like, I haven't touched this and it's collecting dust. I should probably just fucking chuck it.
Are you a bass player?
First, yeah, I'm a bass player first.
You look like a bass player. I don't know why. It's like,
I went to a coffee shop in Seattle once when I was like 17 and on my first tour, and the guy was just like making small talk with me, and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm on tour with my band," and he was like, "You play bass, don't you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You should give that vibe." So
give that vibe.
which is crazy.
What's your band?
I actually play guitar in a band called Flower Kitty right now, but I used to play bass in a band called Carpool, and I've played bass in a couple other bands.
Sounds really familiar.
Like really?
It does.
Damn. Well, you should check it out.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
Yeah, it was fun. But what are your top 5 like records, albums?
Oh goodness.
You don't.
Yeah, this is the question that always throws everybody.
Yeah.
This is the curveball.
Yeah, it can be more than 5.
You can't think about it too much. You have to just boom.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of like what I was jamming on the way here, but barely anything. I've been mostly listening to Silence lately. That's been a really great album. Nothing.
A lot of
the wind and
car noises,
air sound. Yeah. No, I'm trying to think. I was just jamming Operation Ivy the other day in the green room. Their like whole discog really is just definitely up there for me.
Hell yeah.
You played ska for a second, didn't you?
Dabbled, I say. It was like ska punk, you know. We used to cover Unity actually by Operation Ivy. So that's about as ska as it got. And some of us, not me, surprisingly, even though I have red hair, had Irish roots, sort of. So that was kind of a thing in the band. But I always kind of hated ska.
Oh,
Low key, just like it just didn't match my energy. So I'm like, I don't know. But ska punk is different. Operation Ivy's rad. That's definitely up there for me. Man, top records. I don't know if I can answer this question.
it's okay. Think about it. We can come back around.
We'll come back around. I think it'll like just pop naturally if we're talking about shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even like music.
Did
That's
you?
so real.
It just because it's this week. Did you listen to a lot of Sabbath? Did you listen
Yeah,
to
I did.
Sabbath
I
and Ozzy
did.
growing
I
up?
didn't grow up on Sabbath or Ozzy, so I really I've always respected and enjoyed it when it's on because it's like fun and it's great to put on when you need some energy, or feel some feelings loudly. But so I have been jamming Ozzy for sure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something I grew up on. I really grew up more on punk and rock. Like,
Hell yeah.
I was just in the car with my boyfriend and I would put on this one Audio Slave song, which is super random. But I remember hearing it as a kid and like being like, I'm just in love with it, before I found out who Soundgarden was, because when I was growing up, that's what existed, that's what was being pushed.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is weird and like kind of sucks, that I got that was my introduction, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
No.
But the song kind of just
whatever got you there is
whatever takes you there, and like
Yeah.
Cornell's voice is just no
Nothing
matter
like
what
it.
you can't.
No.
Me as a kid, I could tell the difference between his voice and just the other voices that I was hearing.
Yeah.
And that clicked with me
Interesting.
pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But it's just weird the way that the generations, music, what gets thrown at you and where it takes you. And I find it really interesting hearing like, because even in the Manson band, everyone's like 50, 55.
Old.
46. I'm 31, so where everyone came in is different, but to end up kind of with the same taste at the end is really wild. It's like, how did you end up here? But everything starts with the same shit, the Beatles and Rolling Stones, and everything starts there at the end of the day. So band wise, so we all kind of just ended up. It's weird. It's like people have the same taste and you can get in through different things, some cooler than others, but it doesn't really freaking matter at the end of the day. You just listen to what you get, It's different now with kids and
With the internet and all that kinds of fun, happy bullshit.
Yeah. It's I can't imagine what it would be like to be a kid right now. But.
God, yeah. There's just so much music and like such an oversaturation, and like you can find anything and anybody can put music out now, just with the use of the internet, which is really great.
Yeah.
Especially for like smaller DIY bands and stuff like that. But then, again, it's super oversaturated. And like my sister is going to be 18 this year, and like her music taste like makes absolutely negative sense to me, because I'm like, how did you find half of these?
Is it stuff that's like old, or is it?
It's like it's stuff I've never heard of that's like newer, and I'm assuming that they found just through social media and stuff like that. And it's interesting because
it is for sure.
Yeah, there was like a couple of artists that like I remember like hearing about when I was in like middle school because of like Tumblr and stuff like that. And Beth, like my sibling, is now like a massive fan of them. I'm like, oh, weird. But then at the same time, it's like 4 or 5 like new like artists that like do like EDM and stuff like that like that are new that I've never heard of before, and that I don't think I would have heard of if it wasn't because of the internet or like a specific song like going viral or something.
Does she
like
listen to you when you give her suggestions, or is she like, nah, I'm doing my own thing?
Nah, like whenever I'm in town to visit and we go and do something together, I'll like try and like sneak in some like Fugazi or something like that. Be like, listen to some cool shit. And they have like their own set of headphones. I just put them on, put on the noise canceling and listen to their own shit. And I'm just like, come on, guy. Like, it's okay. Like, but
I get that. That was me. Like, my music taste is just based off like what my sister didn't like.
Really?
She was putting on like Bright Eyes and like Conor Oberst, and I was just like, oh God, like, please turn this off. Parents playing like Yellow Submarine in the kitchen, and I'm like, I freaking hate this song. I need punk rock. I don't even know what it is, but I need to find it.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this song. There's something about that song, man. I just can't. It comes on and it's just like my kryptonite straight up.
I like where this is going.
I'm trying to avoid the 12 questions here as much as I
I'm
can.
so
'cause I'm not-
sorry.
No, this is what they're supposed to do, though. It's supposed to take us to here. See,
I'm
So
more
we don't
curious
just sit
about
here and
you.
don't go
You know?
anywhere. My youngest is 21, and granted, he's a Berkeley kid. He's starting his senior year, but his
Boston,
jazz.
Berkeley.
Yeah. His jazz knowledge is terrifying. And it was terrifying before he went to school there.
That's pretty rad.
And like, I can't take credit for it. I mean, I introduced him to like Wes Montgomery and some of the guitar oriented stuff that I like, but he took that and ran with that in a direction that I never expected. And he is such a talented like piano player and cello player and all these like.
Does he find other people that are into it as much as him?
Oh yeah.
Surprising.
It's wild.
That's cool.
That generation blows me away. I've said this on this show before, and I say this all the time. My favorite thing is when my contemporaries in this industry or people older than me that work for companies that are a lot bigger than mine, and I'm around them and they say shit like, well, the kids just aren't listening to music and they're just not playing guitar anymore. I had a rep from a big guitar manufacturer say to me at breakfast at the NAMM show this last year, when Joey Bonamassa and John Mayer quit playing, I just don't know what's going to happen to the industry. And I was like, you keep thinking that and take that energy into your boardroom and we'll be out here making guitars for the youth, because
of course
there are so many incredible bands and things happening with people in their late teens and early 20s right now that blow me away. And I think they practiced during all of that COVID era. And they had the time and the opportunity to get into music that maybe they wouldn't have gotten into if they were worried about different things, if we hadn't had that weird reset for a couple of years or whatever.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of crazy shit going on out there for sure.
Yeah, no, I think it's hard now. People get in their bubble more. I feel like there's less happy accidents sometimes because of social media. Like people get in their bubble, Yeah. And then they see what they're kind of already into, unless they're actively like getting out in the world. And when you're an adult, you don't always have time to do that, especially for people like with kids and working at some big company, I don't exactly blame them, but it's a bummer that they think that, mostly because they're missing out on like a new inspiration. Like it's hard for me to find stuff too. Sometimes I start to think, oh, maybe there just isn't what I'm looking for out there, but it's really more about finding it. And like, it's difficult, like you're saying, with oversaturation. That's a serious, difficult problem right now in general with everything. So it's like finding the good shit takes a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're lucky here in that, I don't know how to put this, but it seems like like-minded people who see what we're doing and like what we're doing here at Reverend and like the artists that we're working with.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're attracting like a crowd of people that I like, that I can relate to, because I'm building off of something that we've created, right?
Yeah.
And so bands come to us and I'm just floored. Or my favorite thing is when people reach out to me like, hey, have you seen this band? They're playing your guitars.
Oh, that's
no,
cool.
I haven't seen that. And then I look them up and like, holy shit, this band is great.
Yeah.
And then we reach out and we're like, hey, what can we do to help you?
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously we're a little company and we don't make or break anybody, but if I can, if I can have
necessary.
somebody, if I can have this situation with somebody who's unknown, right? It's cool. And
well, the natural thing is to, like, I want to get bigger, but that's not always like healthy for the actual thing, like whenever you have that goal of like there being massive, there usually has to be things that are kind of conceded upon along the way. But if you stay in your natural zone and you just try to be the best version of that and not worry about how big it is, then it's a lot easier to really make an impact over a long period of time. And then you end up being just legends. And that always pays off. I mean, a lot of the bands that have been doing that, like say like the Melvins or something, or like freaking Dinosaur Jr., it's like they've probably been playing to a similar amount of people for a minute, but like their names are never going to be forgotten.
No,
they're very important, but people like that know how to kind of just keep doing what they're doing, and they know their lane and they know their they're just going to be themselves. You know, it's no different to me for companies, and that's part of why I've always loved you guys, is just knowing that you're doing what you do, doing it great. You know, you're not trying to like just get out there to everybody and try to impress everybody and like be like super like fucking rock star company. You know, the companies that are doing that, they're already doing that, and it's happening naturally for them. You know, that's why I like ESP too, because they're just doing that. They're fucking metal as fuck, you know. And like that's cool. And they're not trying to like be Fender or be you guys or something, you know. If I wanted to ask like who are the new young things, that I would go to y'all, you know. I probably wouldn't go to ESP to ask them that, because they are like the next step. It's a different thing, you know. But I respect that. But and
That might be the nicest
Joe,
thing
you know?
anybody has ever said to me.
Oh,
I mean, I try that. I mean, that's like in the back of our minds, that's the thing that we're trying to do. Yeah, and to have it be recognized is awesome.
Dude, of course, I see that. And even just being in Toledo, like, I'm sure Toledo appreciates you. I hope they do.
They do.
Yeah.
One of the greatest things about living here is going out. Like there's a lot of venues in Toledo that have like a lot of cover bands, and that's still a thing around here, and a lot of open mics, and that stuff goes on all over town. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of original music venues anymore. Frankie's is still going, but we lack a good mid-sized music venue, like a good 800 person venue, you know. But we have larger ones, obviously. But if you go out on any given night in Toledo, the Black and White Cases are walking into the bars.
Yeah.
And it's just the coolest thing to see, you know, that,
For sure.
That local bands are like into it too. Like, and they know we're here and they like it. It's awesome.
I need to explore Toledo one of these days.
It's cool.
Definitely not.
Our customer service, Tim, our office manager. Sure. Tim's a Pittsburgh guy.
Woo.
Yeah.
What's up, Tim? Where's Tim at?
Yeah. No, you'll talk
you
to him
from
in
here?
a few minutes. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm from Phoenix, and then I moved to Buffalo for a band, and then now I'm here. So.
Hell yeah, Phoenix, Buffalo.
Yeah, Torri just started here full time a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's rocking.
Very, very fresh little baby in the company.
So you went Phoenix, Buffalo, Toledo.
Yeah.
You're just going like, woo. Not vibe-wise, just
tough.
size-wise.
Size-wise.
Yeah, that hurt a little. Yeah.
I'm in Pittsburgh. Like,
Look at the
it's okay.
skyline behind you.
You know, like
It's a
I'm not
beautiful
from
city.
a big city, so I can be honest about
Yeah.
it. You can be honest, you know.
Yeah, no.
No, my pops is from Buffalo. Buffalo's got its own vibe. It's a little bit depressing sometimes.
Oh
but,
God, yeah. There's
but,
a gray cloud that shows up and doesn't leave for 6 fucking months.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit.
but people have fun because of that, you know.
Yeah,
'cause
people
they
get
have
creative.
to.
Yeah.
So Buffalo's cool. We've had some good shows there too.
I've had great shows in Pittsburgh over my entire life.
That's awesome.
You know, it's one of those cities. It's like Detroit and Toledo is a fun place to be centered because you're within 6 hours of so many places that you can go and do weekends and do whatever. Mini tours, you know, and I've played in Buffalo a ton over the last 30 years now.
I mean, Buffalo and Pittsburgh and like Detroit. I mean, if you're paying attention to any sports and whatnot, it's like these places are coming up, and the shows are just going to continue to get crazier because of that too. You know,
Yeah.
something about that working class blue collar thing that's just like popping right now.
Yeah.
You know, everyone wants to look like they are. Like Brad Pitt's walking around trying to look like he's from like the Rust Belt. You know, I'm like, what is this going on?
All
like
the Carhartts and just plain white tees.
totally
and
like
shit.
looking dirty, like on purpose. I'm like, you know.
All right, guys. Looks like every person in the towny bar that I used to frequent.
Yeah, but like you can't walk around Pittsburgh or Toledo or Detroit just looking all fancy. Like it would just look stupid almost because you can't function there looking like that really. Like it's so humid in the summer. Like if you're trying to wear anything other than just like some real basic shit, you're just gonna get disgusting. You know,
Melt,
it's inevitable.
literally just melt. Yeah.
So I love it on this zone, this whole area. Big fan.
Torri, do you have anything left on there that you really want to ask?
I was gonna ask, like, what was like your proudest moment in or like show of your career thus far? Very curious about that.
Man, I just don't think about things in terms of like favorites. So,
Okay, no, I get that.
but I could think of some moments, some good moments.
Yeah.
Code Orange recently played like our Codes World Fest. That was pretty special. Definitely very memorable. I feel like different things make different shows memorable.
Mm-hmm.
I really suck at this.
It's okay.
I feel like my proudest moments sometimes are more about like writing songs and releasing music.
Mhm.
And then the shows, like I just don't even, I get lost in it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm obviously proud of our achievements, proud of like, even when, you know, when we were doing stuff like we played the Barclays Center for like a wrestling event.
Wait, that's amazing.
And, yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my God.
So just having experiences, I think, that are different than just a live show are the ones that are maybe more like I can remember them because I was like outside of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
But we had some really good headline shows during a certain period of our career in like Los Angeles and New York, Philly. Like when we put out Forever and we actually got to tour like a full cycle, that whole tour was just absolutely bonkers. That whole cycle, it was like chaos, and every night there was just something crazy that would happen, like people just like going nuts, like fighting.
Shit.
Every night over and over. That was pretty cool to be like basically a girl, like child with a bunch of like pretty scrappy dudes, and to have like everyone in the crowd just feel like the visceralness and just like lose their shit and fight. More people who are like way more like tough than us, you know. I'm up there literally like feeling like a teenage girl, you know, and that shit was going on. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, once Underneath came out, so we didn't really get to tour that much. So it was more of like, because of COVID, it was more of like weirder stuff, like doing live streams and stuff like that. I mean, we were the first band to play a live stream because our record came out like the day COVID happened.
Shit.
So that was memorable, just playing to nobody. And yeah, it's a whirlwind, but I'm in a new chapter now. So
Hell yeah.
we'll see. I'm hoping to make some new memories, and doing solo stuff is freaking horrifying. So
It's very exposing. Like you're just, it's
Yeah.
just you.
totally. But yeah, I just want to keep doing shit, you know, and not have to think like, oh, remember that was incredible. It's like I want to just live in the now, you know. I think that's part of why I don't even really remember a lot, because it's like I'm so focused on what's happening right now.
Yeah, just being as present as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when someone brings something up to me, like we're hanging, it's always fun to reminisce about that stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of good, a lot of bad.
Totally. Lots of ups and downs.
Yeah, for sure. But I just played Incarceration Fest with Manson, and it was probably one of the most incredible shows I've ever played.
Shit.
How did the Manson thing come about for you?
Just mutual friends and hanging out, getting to know people, and yeah, just camaraderie. And it was kind of weird. It was like I got sucked into it, and it was just kind of felt like right. It felt like it was just something I had to do.
Yeah. And
there's some weird connective tissue between everyone involved in terms of where we're at in our lives. I think a lot of people have experienced stuff like that in their lives, especially when you're kind of tapped into your gut, your spirit, you know. It's just like something about this, like my gut's telling me I got to do this, you know, and you start to kind of unravel why as it goes. So that's kind of what the deal is. But
cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're open to taking a couple of questions, obviously, before we wrap this up. But before we do that, I want to show and tell the stuff that you brought. So let's start with your ESP.
Oh,
I kind of want to hear the story. I think it's really, really cool. Should she pick it up, Jeff, and so we can see the?
check it
Yeah.
out. Can I get up?
Yeah.
Just bring it over. Nah, it's pretty rad.
The finish on that is amazing.
What do you call the finish?
I don't know, marble, I guess, marble slate kind of finish. They do like a trick with saran wrap to make it. It's pretty freaking cool.
That's really cool.
I just love that. Like it's going throughout, but it's not like it doesn't feel like it's printed on there. It's not. It's
Yeah.
inconsistent, which is really cool. And like every one I get is a little different.
Cool. Railhammer in the bridge.
Yeah.
So you've been into the pickups for, I mean, the whole
It's been a
time.
minute, yeah.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah. People always ask me about them like all the time.
The pickups have started to take on a life of their own around here. You know, we made sort of a conscious decision for a long time to try to run Railhammer and Reverend as separate entities and separate websites, separate dealer networks, and with the idea that companies like ESP or anybody, you know, could use the pickups OEM because they're such great pickups for high gain.
Mm-hmm.
Like the extremes of playing, they do extremely clean really well. They do extremely high gain really well. They do everything in between really well. And then over time, because so many of our artists, Robin, and Billy, and they use them in their guitars that they become so associated with Reverend that other manufacturers don't want to use them.
Yeah.
They don't want to put what they consider to be Reverend pickups in their guitars. And I guess I used to think of that as kind of a drag. And now I think it's kind of cool.
Just own it, man.
Now that we, you know, we have this thing and the pickups are doing really well. So it's awesome.
Love to hear it.
And I know, and you're a huge fan of Nine Inch Nails too. I mean, like,
that's actually the other guys in my band.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge
Oh,
fan.
really?
No.
That
they're cool.
mostly comes from Eric. Yeah.
Yeah, Eric and Jamie definitely are fans. I have no qualms about it. Definitely have much respect for them, but I'm not. That's not really my lane.
They come from your part of the country.
Yes, that is
And-
true. As does Manson. So
Yeah.
it's all connected. I mean, it's all in the same like influence range, but I
Yeah.
was more on like the pumpkin side of things and like, you know, a little more rock, a little less industrial.
Okay.
I do like industrial certain things, but I have like a threshold for it. And if I'm going to listen to like weird ambient music, I want to go like all the way, like, you know, just full ambient or piano music, no vocals, you know, or classical music or something, you know, like sitting around listening to Brahms or something like that. Like, I don't really love the in-between of like rock and like weird stuff too much. Maybe
Okay.
Radiohead, but yeah. But that being said, very influential band and really cool approach to things, and love the soundtracks they've been doing. A lot of really good stuff.
Yeah. Tron thing coming up. Torri and I
Yeah,
were
I'm very
talking
excited about that. I'm just a massive fan of Tron. So
No, that's gonna be cool.
yeah, when I saw that they were doing the soundtrack, I was like, wait, that fucking rocks actually. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been trying to get into more of that world. Pay attention to the names, you know.
Yeah.
Love the pickups. Yeah, just also just from playing them for so long, like I feel like I know them, you know. And then when I do something different, the way it reacts, I'm not used to it, and like that's always been more important to me, knowing what I'm playing like inside and out, as opposed to even like what it is. That's kind of less important to me. When you're recording, it's a little different, but even still, it's like when you feel super comfortable, it's like if someone put a different hand on me, I would be like so off, you know. It's really no different to me with the guitar.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's like you're changing one of my limbs out. Like it would take some time to get used to.
Yeah.
So I've just been playing the Railhammers for so long. I really know them and love them.
Where does the Reverend stuff come in? in the shows? Because you're using this is your double agent, right? And then
Yeah.
I know you have a Red Burst crosscut.
Yes.
And the crosscut has been on the Manson tour, right? So where does that come in as opposed to the ESP? Do you use it for like cleaner sounds or?
Yeah, more of like the kind of bluesy stuff, I think. Stuff that's based in the blues world.
Interesting.
And I wasn't sure how, like, when I was growing up, I kind of feel like I just went with my gut on. I didn't really understand why I was picking it for certain things, but definitely more bluesy stuff. I tend to pick the Reverend. And the stuff that's more just like pointy, I go with ESP, and stuff that where I'm like ripping some like crazy solos or stuff like that. I pick the ESP, but the Reverend, it's just like smooth when I'm in a smooth zone, or I kind of want, it's not even always about the sound. It's just like, I can tell that that's like the influence for you guys in terms of your foundation clearly is bluesy. Am I right about that? Nailers.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
and Naylor designs all the instruments, so a lot of that stuff is always going to come through.
Yeah, so I feel like something about like the ancestry.
But I mean, like the heavier side
there.
of all of that, I mean, it's more like
Of course,
it's
got
more
that deep
it's more
vibe.
Sabbath than it is.
Yes, but that is blues, like
it is
really at its heart. I think metal
100%.
and metalcore has gone kind of far away from that. I don't really know. I'm hoping it makes its way back around, because my favorite like heavy metal, quote unquote, is like Danzig and shit like that. So that's obviously more on the blues end of heavy music. So yeah, I mean, I can't not have both. It's just like I need both.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Jeff, do we have anything from the outside world that we should approach before we should talk about before we wrap this up?
Got some stuff in here that is topical. David Stewart would like he says, "You're awesome, Reba. What type of amps do you use?"
Lately I've been getting all my old shit out the attic and getting it fixed. So I've been playing this Sun Stage Master amp. It's pretty cool. Been playing this Trainer amp that I had for a long time. So Trainer YBA 1A, really great amp. Used to rock that all the time, but it would break because I didn't have a case for it, and just stick it in the trailer of the van with no case. Crazy person. But Marshall JCM 800, been rocking those a lot, trying to get back to like just back to the standard basics. And yeah, I mean, I play so many amps. I've played the EVH amps for a long time. The 5150s, those are great too. What else? JC90, been loving that amp. Just kind of whatever I've acquired amongst the years. Like, I usually don't seek out too many things because it's expensive and it takes up space in my house, which I already have too much shit. But yeah, that's about it. I love all that stuff and more.
Cool.
Yeah.
Scott would like to know what your go-to railhammer pickup is.
I got the chisel in there, right? I think so.
You do.
I feel like I've played both the chisel and the other one. What's the other one?
There's the anvil is hotter than the
Anvil.
chisel, and the hyper vintage is more of a traditional output type thing. And
I've tried them all. Love them all.
you have
The
chisel's got the mid-range spike that cuts through the mix.
Yes, I definitely love some mid-range in my guitar sound. So yeah, chisel fan. And the P90 too. Got that rocking in here. Yep.
Good pickup. We pretty much touched on everything else. So
Rad.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome.
All.
Tori, do you have anything?
No, this has been really lovely.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We are going to spend this afternoon recording some of that solo material here on this stage, so you can look forward to seeing that. Hopefully, around the time your record releases.
Oh yeah.
We'll coordinate all of that, and it'll be awesome.
Rocking.
We have a lot of really cool shit coming up. So we're doing Earthquaker Day next Saturday.
Oh yeah.
And Reverend's one of the presenting sponsors. So I'll be out there with a bunch of guitars and
Awesome.
And hanging out with my good friends from Earthquaker, man. Jamie and Julie are the best. And then there's a guitar fest the next day in Akron, Ohio. So next weekend, if you're in the Cleveland or Akron area, you can catch the Reverend team at Earthquaker on Saturday, at Guitar Fest on Sunday. Then I think we have a week off, but right smack in the middle of August is the Buffalo Ska Fest. Not too far from you, Reba. You're welcome to come up and join us for a whole weekend of ska music.
No hate, no hate.
And but Reverend artists Kill Lincoln and Big D and the Kids Table are playing amongst many others, and we are sponsoring that. And I'm actually going to hang out with a few guitarists with my friend Big D and the Kids Table.
To be clear, it's not about the bands; it's more about the fans.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Love
and the
people
ska
making
punk thing
music.
really doesn't get any better than Big D. Those guys.
They've been going at it for a long
Unbelievable
time.
band.
Cool that they're still doing shit.
And the weekend after that, there's the PWNK or the PNWK Records is having a festival at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they're going to be having all of their bands playing on the promenade outside on Sunday afternoon for a free show. And Reverend is working with that label. The owner of that label is going to be here with me on the Friday show. I think whatever that is, August 24th, 23rd.
It's gonna be the 22nd.
22nd.
Yep.
I was so close.
So
I was
close.
all over it.
Really
Yeah.
hovered around it.
And
you worked way back.
yeah, so October is going to be crazy too, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself.
Yeah.
August is going to be nuts. Stay tuned here for details. Reba, thanks for being here. You're a legend.
Oh, thanks for
Been
having
such
me.
a pleasure working with you all this time.
Me too.
And yeah, let's wrap this up so we can get to recording some music. Take care, everybody. Y'all have a great weekend.